Hello there, everybody. I'm WaitWhat, and I am back with some Jisei. And trying to fix this echo audio thing, but it seems like it's just because what I am hearing is being recorded on top of the game itself, so it's creating some echo, which is weird that I've never, as far as I know, dealt with this issue before or had to deal with it. So, other than turning down my own audio, not really sure if there's a way to fix it, so I turned it down a little bit. So it might still be there a bit, but it should be better than it was, hopefully. Let's get back into this. And we're doing more investigating. We're going to talk to Miss Bergstrom. What do you know about Alton Engineering?
Those 2-bit scientists? They couldn't deduce their way out of a paper bag. Everyone in the industry knows that all they do is manipulate the government to make laws and hand out grants in their favor. If they spent half the time they spend on bribing politicians on doing something useful like research, they'd probably have the cure for cancer by now.
There you go. I see you're not a fan.
Companies like BioDev Imaging are trying to do some real good, but we have to keep playing games with Alton Engineering just to get a place on the map. It's utterly ridiculous.
That's that.
Good to know.
Well, we know her thoughts on this. Kiyosaki? So, why were you following Sarah around?
What? I wasn't following her. We just happened to come in here at the same time.
Strange. When I mentioned her name earlier, you didn't even know who she was. Looks like I've got him cornered. Should I keep pushing or play nice? You can get arrested if that detective thinks you're obstructing an investigation. If you tell me what happened, maybe I can help you.
I'm really not allowed to talk about it.
Why can't you talk about Sarah? Kizuki glances around the room before he speaks.
It's not safe. I'm probably already in trouble just for telling you that much.
He leans in and lowers his voice.
Please, be careful.
If you think I'm going to let it end with just that, you're wrong. In case you haven't noticed, someone is dead, and you might have information that can help us figure out who the killer is. I am not going to accept some ridiculous answer like, I can't talk about it right now.
But
No excuses! I grab Kizuki by the collar of his shirt and drag him into the side hallway.
Whoa, where are you two going?
The bathroom. I glare at Kizuki, and he nods quickly in agreement.
Yeah, just going to the bathroom.
You're going in a pair? I thought only women did that sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe. Just let us go.
Fine, go ahead. Just don't do anything stupid. I don't have enough handcuffs for everyone.
Warning duly noted. I open the door to the bathroom, and Kizuki follows me timidly.
I'm not allowed.
Not allowed? Someone is dead, Kizuki. Do you not comprehend this? I don't care if you have some embarrassing secret, or you made a promise, or it's a matter of pride, or anything stupid like that. All I care about is figuring out who killed this woman. So man up and just tell me what you know. Are you going to talk or not? Kizuki stares down at his hands, before letting out a long sigh.
Alton Engineering.
What about them?
They're my current employer.
Current?
I work for an agency that specializes in information and investigation. I suppose you could call us private investigators. Sarah Blackmore recently stole some sensitive and important data from Alton Engineering. We were hired to retrieve it and find out who was buying it from her in the first place. We figured the drop point would be here, so I came here ahead of time to watch the handoff. At first, I thought you were supposed to be her contact, so I didn't want to tell you anything.
Does Detective Gursky know about this?
I think he has a rough idea. Our agency has had dealings with the police before. I don't think he approves of our methods very much, though.
methods?
Well, we may or may not use techniques branded as unscrupulous, specifically concerning the manner in which we receive certain information from various electronic sources.
So what, you hack things? So you're hackers.
What? No, of course not. Well, I'm not at least. I'm the footwork guy. I do a lot of the physical investigation, like coming here today.
So when you said that you had a job as an errand boy, this is what you meant?
Pretty much.
I suppose your agency is really in a state of panic right now, huh?
Yeah, we're really scrambling right now. Even though Sarah's dead, we still don't know who she was selling to or where the USB drive holding the information is.
Seems like everybody's after that USB drive. I wonder what she even stole anyway. Must be a pretty big deal for people to want it this badly.
Can I go now?
What?
I really should get back. People might start getting suspicious otherwise.
Sure, you can go.
Thanks.
Wow, what an odd kid. He seems much too polite and awkward for this line of work. Then again, I suppose his awkwardness makes him seem less suspicious. I wonder how he even got roped into doing stuff like this in the first place. Doesn't seem like something he'd randomly volunteer for. Back out to the main area, thank you.
Hey, can we talk about something for a bit?
Sure. What's up? We both happen to say sure, okay.
Well, I don't really know if it's my place to say it, but I think I know who the killer is.
You do?
I've been thinking about what happened, you see, and there's something we missed. We keep thinking that it has to be someone here, but what if it's none of us?
Honestly, sounds like a fair evaluation at this point. What do you mean?
Well, even though I got here at 2 o'clock, what if the killer got here before me? He could have been hiding in the bathroom and I'd never know it. There's an exit door in the men's room. He could have used that to escape after he killed that woman.
Wow, that's actually not a bad thought. But at the same time, it seems a little far-fetched that the killer is just a random person who hid in the bathroom. Are you sure? That's a good idea. I don't particularly think any of us are the killers. Could be wrong. But it's a good idea. You're probably right.
I'm glad you think so. I was worried that it might not make any sense.
That's it? Okay. Guess we'll go talk to her again. What should I ask her? What do you know about audit engineering?
Is it a car company?
Never mind. That would be my response.
Okay.
Back to Kizuki. Yeah.
They're the leaders in the industry, but some people claim they steal ideas from other companies. On the flip side, Auden Engineering has claimed repeatedly that other companies steal from them. In fact, they were just about to make a pretty big announcement, but it was suddenly pushed back for some reason. Personally, I think they're just a target of criticism because they're the biggest. They may not be perfect, but they're no worse than any other company.
Sounds good. Okay, and finally, Bergstrom again. Nope, never mind.
I see.
Examine. Sorry, it's small but comfortable. Is that it? Yep. Back to the hallway. Hello, you. What should I tell him? I've heard mixed reviews about audit engineering.
How so?
Miss Bergstrom claims that they do nothing more than manipulate laws and bribe politicians. She's clearly not impressed by their business practices.
No surprise there. She has a major stake in a rival company, after all. What about the others?
Kizuki says that Auden Engineering has come under fire for stealing from other companies, but they claim they're the ones being stolen from.
Naturally. And what does Chance think about all of this?
She thinks they're a car company.
Oh.
Yeah. That's it?
I see.
Well, crap. Paintings moved to the... Nope. Moved to the men's restroom again? Oh. Okay. This time you're in the wrong place. I'm allowed here. As I enter the bathroom, I nearly run into Miss Bergstrom. I'm sorry.
No. It's fine.
Miss Bergstrom begins... Oh, Miss Bergstrom shifts uncomfortably and fiddles with her watch for a moment. What are you doing in here anyway?
Well, I had to use the restroom, and the women's one is off limits, naturally. Don't worry, I'm done.
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
I suppose it depends on the question.
I was just wondering why you decided to work for biodev imaging. It seems like it's really important to you.
When I was younger, my father passed away due to heart failure. It was genetic, and there was nothing we could do to stop it. I wished there was a way to save him, but there wasn't any viable technology at the time. I work for biodev imaging because we're doing things for people. We're saving lives.
Fair enough.
If no one else has to go through what I went through, I'll be happy. But even though we're doing our best, big companies like Otten Engineering are only in it for the money. I can't stand those greedy people who have nothing but their own interests at heart. I will never forgive them.
She sighs sadly and shakes her head.
I suppose that's just how the business world works, though. Kill or be killed, no?
Okay. Look around the counter, dig through the trash. There's a lot of duct tape in here. Looks like there's a bit of red paint stuck to one of the pieces. At least, I think it's red paint. There's also a brown smudge on it. I'd rather not touch any of this. If I leave my fingerprints on it, I'm sunk. Yeah, okay. Can I tell the detective about it? I found a lot of duct tape in the garbage can in the men's room.
Duct tape?
Yeah, a whole bunch of it. Like someone used it and dumped it there.
Perhaps the killer used it to restrain Sarah.
That's it.
Keep digging.
Will do. Talk to everybody again. Nothing.
Alright.
Talk to Kizaki. Nope.
Cool.
Talk to Miss Bergstrom. Nothing.
Good to know.
What? Notes. That's a lot of notes.
Hey, detective.
Ah, yeah, you. Thank you. Woo! Oh, hey. The disembodied voice is back. It's been a while. I'm starting to get worried.
I'm afraid I don't have much more I can offer you. You're on the inside, so you have all the keys.
I'm kind of stuck at the moment.
I know you've seen more than the rest of us can see. Try to remember. The last piece of the puzzle is there. Good luck.
Good luck. That's it? I'm not sure whether or not I should be offended that my mystery friend seems to have ditched me. But the truth is that even if I only have a fragment of Sarah's death, it's a lot more than anything else we've got right now. I shut my eyes and focus on the last thoughts that Sarah had. I can't breathe. I can't open my mouth. There's something on my face. It's stopping me from breathing. So that'd be the duct tape. Is it a gag? No, it's actually holding my mouth shut. It's tape. I can smell it. The flower scent of the bathroom is strong, but it smells like duct tape. I twist my hands, but they're also taped together. And there's someone here with me. Someone holding me down while I'm struggling. I can feel fingernails digging deep into my skin. One of them bends as it digs into me. I twist around and I can feel it snap against my skin. That's it. That's the missing piece. I rush to the bathroom and quickly look into the trash can. Sure enough, there it is, stuck to the pile of duct tape. The thing I thought was a bit of red paint is actually a broken fingernail. Oh, that. Okay. The smudge next to it must be blood. See, I thought he was talking about blood the entire time, so it's like, it looks like blood to me, but red paint? Sure, why not? But that other thing, yes. So it is Miss Bergstrom? I have my proof. I know who the killer is. I need to speak with Detective Gursky. I head back into the hallway, but he's nowhere to be found. I can hear his voice. I find Detective Gursky in the main area taking down everyone's contact information. Detective!
Whoa, hey, I'm just getting everyone's number so we can call you later on.
No need for that. I figured it out.
Really?
Really? All the eyes in the room are suddenly focused on me.
What?
Yep, look at those fingernails.
You mean you know who the killer is?
You figured it out?
Well, I figured out the major bits at least.
Well, you're going to need to fill in the gaps before you try to sell this as the absolute truth, but I'm willing to listen.
Let's go over what we know, starting with the timeline. You arrived around noon, so you were here before everyone else.
Right.
Of the rest of the people here, who arrived at the coffee shop first?
Oh no! Notes. Victim was stabbed. Vision showed victim second death. Victim died too. Chance finally attacked a man and assaulted her. Ghost says he comes here often, but Chance doesn't recognize him. Victim's name is Sarah Blackmore. Miss Bergstrom also works for Bad Imaging. He's guilty when I smell Sarah. Message is from the kitchen here. Sarah has a tan line on her wrist, but no watch in sight. He has been watching Sarah very closely. Bad Imaging especially non-visual organs. Sarah's working ponies. Found a huge wad of duct tape in the... Is that all I got? I'm assuming it was Chance. Or... Sarah. No, wait. Because Chance didn't see her go in? I don't know. I'm saving it. Empty slot. Oh, shows that I should be paying more attention to what I'm actually reading. I think it was Sarah. Because didn't Chance say she didn't see her go in, so... It was the victim, Sarah.
That can't be. I remember seeing her come in, so I had to be here before her.
No! No! And that, my friends, is why we saved the game. It was Chance. You came in around 2 to work, right?
Sure did.
Alright, who came in after her?
It was the victim.
I thought you told me that Kizaki arrived before she did.
Oh, right. Ah! I suck at this. It was Kizaki. Because he came in early because of Mrs. Bergstrom, I think. No, don't care. He even saw Chance cleaning all the espresso machines after she argued with her manager.
That's right. The manager sounded pretty angry with her. He said she messes up like this too often.
Oops.
Alright, and after Kizaki, who came in?
Save again, because I'm so not good at this. I messed up once already, but I'm okay with that. So... The thing was Miss Bergstrom waiting in the restroom for her, or did she come in after? Screw it. It was the victim. Chance and Kizaki both saw her come in.
And after that, but sometime before 2:40, Sarah was murdered. Then Miss Bergstrom came in and found you with the body.
Yeah. Then there was all the yelling and accusing and all that other stuff.
So how was the victim killed?
Natural causes. I'm saying suffocated. She was suffocated.
With what?
Duct tape. The culprit used it to bind her as well, as seal her mouth and nose. After she died, the killer removed all the duct tape and threw it away in the men's room.
That makes sense. But what about the knife?
Why was there a knife in her? Someone else put it there. It was meant to incriminate Chance. I'll be specific, probably wrong, but it was meant to incriminate Chance. The culprit overheard her argument with her manager, so he or she knew the kitchen would be empty. After Sarah died, the culprit removed all the tape, snuck into the kitchen, stole a knife, and stabbed Sarah with it.
So who do you think the true culprit is?
Who's the murderer? Based on those fingernails, I'm going to say Bergstrom. But it could be someone else entirely. Oh, it was you, Detective Gursky. I'm gonna do that just for the fun of it. It was you, Detective Gursky.
What? Are you sure about that?
Of course I am. You're not really a detective, are you? It's too convenient. You're a random off-duty cop who just happens to be here?
Is that really so hard to believe?
Why isn't crime scene investigation here yet? What about other officers? You claimed to call them, but you never did. You've been leading us all on and using me to do your dirty work.
What? I don't even have a motive.
Detective, Gursky's motive would be, apparently I'm going down this route. You wanted the information that Sarah stole. You're the person she was supposed to meet. You want her revenge. You actually work for Unanswered Engineering. You were the person she was supposed to meet. The two of you met up, but she didn't give you the USB drive with the information on it. She told you she hid it somewhere, and she'd tell you where it was after you paid her. Maybe she asked for more money. Either way, you had a disagreement. She tried to run, and you stabbed her. You told me that the knife came from the kitchen to throw suspicion on Chance, but it was all you.
And do you have any proof of any of this?
Not exactly.
I really thought you had actually figured something out. For your information, no other officers are here because there was a huge accident on the highway nearby. Traffic is backed up for miles. Besides, what exactly would I do after all of this anyway? If I were an imposter, I wouldn't be able to keep the act up forever. Eventually, the real police would be notified. And then what? You've all seen my face. The police would have no problem tracking me down. Did you think this through at all?
No.
Why don't you just go sit down and wait for the cops to arrive? Because I promise they will. I really think you're done helping with this case.
Nope. I just did that to screw around, because I thought it'd be funny. Load it. I am saying it was Miss Bergstrom. It was Miss Bergstrom.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. I'm positive.
What? That makes no sense. Why would I do something like that?
What was her motive? Sarah stole from Biodev Imaging and you wanted revenge. Sarah stole from Otten Engineering for you. Something went wrong with the deal. It was an accident. One of these two. But, okay, so, she apparently hates Otten Engineering, but Chance said Otten Engineering claims they're the one being stolen from. See, that one. First one. Sarah stole from Biodev Imaging and you wanted revenge.
Is that a joke? If Sarah were such a great corporate spy, why would she stick around in a coffee shop 2 blocks away from the place she was supposedly stealing from? Besides, I'm high enough in the company that she'd recognize me right away. If she actually did steal anything from Biodev, she'd run as soon as she saw me. I wouldn't have a chance to restrain her and do all that stuff you said the murderer did.
You have any proof that Sarah was stealing information from Biodev?
If it's just a hunch, then don't go accusing me without any proof.
I suck at this.
We'll look into your theory, but maybe it's best if you just sit tight and wait for the police to solve this. And until then, please don't make any more wild accusations like that.
Load it. Load it. Load it. Load it. Still saying it was Bergstrom. It was someone else. It was everybody. They were all in on it.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Because now I'm just freaking trial and error.
What?
Because I'm not a
That
detective.
makes no sense. Why would I do something like that?
Sarah stole from Modern Engineering for you, but something went wrong with the deal.
You think I'd do something as dirty as hiring a corporate spy?
I glance over at Kizuki, but he doesn't make eye contact. Well, let's put it this way. I have a testimony that Sarah did, in fact, steal information from Auten Engineering. And concerning the situation, I believe that she came here to deliver that information. The USB drive that held that information is nowhere to be found, which leads me to believe that whoever she was supposed to meet with did meet up with her. Biodev imaging is still a new face in the life cell marketplace. I'm sure a little kickstart from the competition's research files couldn't hurt. You're the only person here with ties to Biodev. Do you wish to deny asking Sarah to steal information for you?
In case you forgot, I was the last person in. Sarah was already dead by the time I got here.
You escaped through the men's room! Yes, but that wasn't your first time here today. You came here before Chance arrived. You came here often enough that you know when her shift starts, so you came before she did, so that she wouldn't see you. You hid in the bathroom to wait for Sarah. When you heard Chance and her manager arguing, you suddenly got the idea to frame Chance. You knew the manager and Chance would both be out of the kitchen, so it was a golden opportunity to plant evidence that only Chance should have had access to. You killed Sarah's plan, then removed all the duct tape, planted the knife, and escaped to the door in the men's room.
That sounds like a solid theory, but then why did she bother to come back? Isn't it more incriminating for her to return?
That's what's been bothering me for a long time. But I thought about it and I finally understood why she came back. So this actually seems like the actual theory. So it took me 2 tries, because technically that Detective Gursky blame was just for fun, wanted to know how he would react. But then I blamed her the second time and got the wrong first answer. So I'm not entirely stupid, just a little bit. Your false nails.
What?
I found one in the bathroom already, stuck to that huge pile of duct tape that you used to kill Sarah. She fought hard when you restrained her, and your nail broke off in the struggle. Unfortunately, you didn't notice until after you had escaped. You replaced it with a new one, but then you noticed that you were bleeding. Police would now have your DNA as proof that you were the murderer. With Sarah's line of work and her recent job, they were bound to consider you as a suspect at some point in time. You knew you had to get rid of it immediately. You couldn't return through the emergency exit, so you had to take a chance and come in from the front. Unfortunately, when you came back, I had already discovered the body, so you decided to try to frame me instead. Jennifer stands in shock for a few seconds. With a sudden burst of energy, she pushes me aside and races for the door.
Wait!
Kizuki races after her and grabs her by the wrist.
Let go of me!
She spins around and slaps him in the face. He winces and stumbles back a few steps. Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Miss Bergstrom is already heading towards the front door, but Detective Gursky steps in her path.
That's enough.
She skids to a halt and desperately searches the room for another exit, but I'm already blocking her passage to the hallway. She sighs and shakes her head resignedly.
I'm such a fool. Running is the biggest proof of guilt, no? I suppose I should have seen this coming. Fine. I confess. It's just as you said.
She pulls up her sleeve and unstraps the watch around her wrist.
This is the USB drive. Everything on it belongs to Auten Engineering.
Detective Gursky takes it from her with a nod. Why did you even do it in the first place?
That greedy woman came to me today saying that someone else had offered her even more money for the information that I hired her to steal. She said that I'd have to pay a much higher price if I... People like her are the reason the world is hurting so much. Because of her greed, dying people are being denied the care they need.
I mean, yeah, it's terrible, but you did still hire a thief. But maybe that is a normal thing in the business world. I can't claim to know.
She got what she deserved.
Harsh. How can you say that?
What?
You have no right to decide who deserves to live and who deserves to die. You spoke so fondly of saving lives and doing good in this world, but you were so quick to shed the blood of another. You say that it's for the greater good, But it was really just for yourself, wasn't it?
I just thought that...
Her voice trails off. I opened my eyes slowly, struggling to maintain my composure. I know you thought you were doing the right thing, but there is nothing in this world that will make the weight of killing someone go away. You're going to spend the rest of your life with that burden, desperately trying to find a way to make the guilt disappear. I'm sorry. Outside the window, a police car with flashing lights pulls up. Detective Gursky pulls out a pair of handcuffs and snaps them gently on Miss Bergstrom's wrists before leading her outside. I sink down into the chair and lean back. I feel so drained. I wish I could just go to sleep, not wake up for at least a year. Kizuki?
Yeah, well, no. I mean, actually, my name is Naoki.
Naoki, huh? You look different.
That's sort of the point. Of a disguise, I mean.
I like how Kizuki is crossed out. A disguise? He may have changed his appearance, but he doesn't seem to have changed his personality at all. It looks like the whole shy guy thing wasn't an act. In fact, he seems even shyer now. Was there something you wanted?
Yes, actually. We need to talk.
About what?
We have a little bit of a problem with this case.
A problem? What do you mean?
Well, the job I was originally given was to retrieve the USB drive and to find who wanted the information from Alton Engineering in the first place.
The police have the USB drive now, so it's good as safe, and Miss Bertram already confessed hiring Sarah. What's the problem?
Miss Bergstrom said that Sarah claims someone else was interested. If this third party really is after the info, we need to know.
A third party is involved? I suppose that would explain why Sarah had an ID for biodev imaging. She was likely hired to steal research from them as well. Still, all this corporate backstabbing doesn't really have anything to do with me, and I'd really like to get away from this place as soon as possible. Well, that's all very interesting, but I don't see why you're bothering to tell me any of this.
We think your ability might be useful in figuring out the third party.
I quickly glance around the coffee shop. Everyone else is gone already, but I lower my voice anyway. How do you know about that?
You're not the only one with extra abilities, you know.
So you...
I have a perfect memory. I remember everything around me. Sights, sounds, smells, everything. Once I experience it, I remember it forever.
God, I wish I had that ability. So earlier, when I asked you about what this place sells to see if you really were a regular customer here...
I lied. I've never been to this coffee shop before in my life. I can recite the entire menu for you if you want, though.
That won't be necessary. I suppose I should have been suspicious when you answered so specifically. A normal customer would say something like $1 or $2 rather than give an exact price.
It's really useful for missions where I have to follow and observe.
I like you. I suppose I should have to thank you for the voice in my head giving me information about Sarah as well.
Actually, that was my boss.
Your boss? So, you're the one who was leaking information about me? All that time chatting online, you were just telling your boss what I was up to.
Guilty as charged. But it really would be a good thing if you could work with us.
Do it!
Would that be okay with you?
Yes. I don't know. I'd really rather have as little to do with this as possible. And honestly, I don't know why your boss thinks you need my help anyway.
You've got it all wrong, Detective.
Aki!
At the entrance of the cafe stands a figure stunningly similar to Naoki. Well, except for a couple obvious differences. A young girl trails at her side, peering cautiously into the cafe at me. Aki, am I to assume that you're the boss that Naoki speaks of?
Guilty as charged.
She smirks as she looks me over, sizing me up.
It would really mean a lot if you agreed to work with us. But just so you're clear, we don't need your help. You need ours.
Well, okay. Thought there was a little bit more to it than that. Not that I'm complaining. It's still an interesting story, and there's a sequel and a sequel to that sequel, both of which I have, so... Not even a big team made this. Okay. Where's my mouse? Production sketches. Collection of character designs and other production sketches from Jisei. Sketches you will be unlocked as you progress through the story. Guess I unlocked them all. Epilogue.
Hey, it's me. I'm afraid I couldn't get the USB that you wanted.
Oh my god!
There was a little bit of complication with the handoff. Some woman from Biodev killed Sarah before I could get to her, and the police confiscated the USB as evidence. Yeah, I know. I do have something that might cheer you up, though. I think I ran into someone you've been looking for.
Oh my god! Well, that added something to it. Director's notes. Alright, well, I'm not gonna read all that, but I'll let it sit here. Well, you can pause it, so you can read that if you want. Okay. Well, that was Jisei, the first game in a murder mystery series, and I really enjoyed it. And I assume they're just gonna keep getting better from here, which will be awesome. This definitely set up a lot of interesting things, like, we still don't know who our character is. Apparently, it almost seems like some of these other people know more about us, me, than we do, which is very interesting. I really want to learn more about him, but also about all these corporations and all these people. I liked it, and I'm glad I played it. It was worth it. And initially, I was going to play one or two other games between these visual novels, because I thought there were going to be more to them, like a lot more content. Like I said, not that I'm complaining, they don't need to be really long if... Yeah. So but since it was that short, and it left with so many questions, I probably will just go straight into the sequel. At least the first sequel. We'll find out about the last sequel when I beat the second game. But anyway, like